The night sky is more than just a canvas of points of light. It is a reminder of the cosmos' endless wonder, its boundless mystery. Every star we see, no matter how distant, has a story to tell, a tale of birth, life, and death that spans eons and echoes across the fabric of the universe. But what are these stars? Where do they come from? How do they live, and why do they die? Stars are not just the twinkling lights that guide us in the dark of night. They are the heartbeat of the universe itself. They give shape to galaxies, create the very elements from which planets are born, and sustain life on countless worlds, including our own. Their story is our story, a tale of transformation, energy, and a relentless cycle of change that stretches far beyond our comprehension. From their birth in the cold depths of space to their fiery end, stars are the architects of the universe, shaping everything we know and everything we have yet to discover. Every star begins its journey in the cradle of a nebula, a vast cloud of gas and dust scattered throughout the cosmos. These nebulae are the birthplaces of stars, where the raw materials of the universe, the very elements that make up everything we know, are gathered and prepared for the moment of creation. Within these nebulae, something miraculous is about to happen. As gravity slowly pulls the gas and dust together, small clumps begin to form, and over millions of years, these clumps grow larger and more dense. Eventually, they reach a critical point where the pressure inside them becomes so intense that the very atoms themselves begin to react. This is the moment when a protostar is born. At this stage, the energy within the protostar is still building, a simmering core of potential waiting to burst into life. It's here, in these dense pockets of matter, that the ingredients for future stars are cooked, waiting for the perfect moment when they'll ignite into nuclear fusion. And then, like a cosmic spark, the fusion begins. Deep within the star's core, the temperature soars to millions of degrees, and hydrogen atoms collide with such force that they fuse together to form helium, releasing vast amounts of energy. This energy takes the form of light and heat, an eruption of power that marks the star's true birth. The star enters what is known as the main sequence, a stable phase in its life, where it will spend most of its existence. During this phase, the star is a well-oiled machine, balancing the force of gravity pulling inward with the outward pressure of the energy created by nuclear fusion. The balance between these two forces is what keeps the star stable for billions of years. This is the phase that allows stars to shine, to illuminate their surrounding space, and to give birth to planets, comets, and perhaps even life. These stars, glowing like beacons in the vast darkness of space, are the lifeblood of galaxies, illuminating the surrounding cosmic landscape. For most of a star's life, it lives in this delicate balance, its energy and light a steady force in the universe. Stars like our own sun burn through their hydrogen fuels slowly and steadily, shining with a steady brilliance. Over time, the energy they emit shapes the worlds around them, and in some rare cases, sustains life on distant planets. The length of this phase can vary. A small star, much smaller than the Sun, will live for many tens of billions of years, its life a calm, gentle burn of nuclear fusion. A larger star, burning through its fuel at a much faster rate, may only last a few million years, living a life of extreme brilliance before its fuel is exhausted. Yet despite their differences, all stars must eventually come to terms with the inexorable flow of time, for the journey of a star is never a straight line. It is a continuous evolution. And when the moment arrives, a star will transform into something entirely new. Its glory will fade, but not without leaving an indelible mark on the universe. As a star nears the end of its fuel, the process of transformation begins. The core of the star contracts under the weight of gravity, growing hotter and more compressed, while the outer layers begin to expand. The star, which once shone a bright yellow or white, now grows into a red giant, its outer layers cooling and shifting to a deep, fiery red. This is the final act of a star's life, a time of dramatic change. The core burns through heavier elements, helium fusing into carbon and oxygen, while the outer layers swell and shift in size, sometimes growing large enough to engulf planets that orbit the star. Our own sun, when it reaches this stage, will expand to a size that could swallow Mercury, Venus, and even Earth. Yet, even in the throes of its dying years, the star is creating the elements that will shape the future. From this fusion, elements like carbon, oxygen, and iron are created, elements that will one day become part of new stars, planets, and life. Eventually, the star cannot maintain the fusion of heavier elements. The core collapses further, and the outer layers are ejected into space, forming a glowing shell of gas, a planetary nebula. This is a stunning moment, as the dying star sheds its outer layers in a spectacular burst of color, scattering its materials across the cosmos. At the heart of this nebula lies the core, a dense remnant known as a white dwarf. A white dwarf is a star that no longer undergoes fusion. It is the cooling, fading ember of a once brilliant light. Over the course of billions of years, this white dwarf will slowly cool, its light dimming until it becomes a cold, dark object, a silent testament to the life it once had. The star's journey, from birth to death, is a reminder of the transience of all things, yet its legacy lives on in the matter it has left behind. The elements it created will form new stars, new worlds, and even new life. For the most massive stars, their death is anything but quiet. When these stars exhaust their fuel, their cores collapse under the immense weight of gravity. The pressure builds until the core cannot hold together any longer, triggering a colossal explosion, a supernova. A supernova is the universe's most spectacular fireworks display, brighter than an entire galaxy. This explosion unleashes an unimaginable amount of energy, scattering heavy elements like gold, iron, and uranium across space. These elements are forged in the fiery heart of the dying star, and they are the seeds for the creation of new stars, planets, and even life. The remnants of this explosion can give rise to something equally remarkable, a black hole. If the core is massive enough, the collapse will continue, warping space and time itself. The resulting black hole is a region of space where gravity is so intense that nothing, not even light, can escape its pull. In death, stars are not lost. They are transformed, recycled, and reborn. The elements they have created are scattered throughout space, mingling with the gas and dust that still lingers in the cosmos. Over time, these elements will come together once again, forming new stars, new solar systems, and perhaps even new forms of life. This cycle of death and rebirth is the very essence of the universe. Stars give and give again, creating new life even as they fade away. Through their death, they become the building blocks of the future, ensuring that the universe is always in a state of transformation and renewal. The life cycle of a star is, in many ways, the story of the universe itself, a tale of creation, destruction, and renewal that has played out for billions of years. And it will continue to play out for billions more. Each star, from its birth in the swirling gas of a nebula to its death in the spectacular violence of a supernova, contributes to the ongoing dance of the cosmos. Through the deaths of stars, the universe evolves, creating new worlds, new opportunities, and the very atoms that make up our own existence. In the end, we are all connected to the stars. They are the furnace in which the elements of life are forged, and they are the quiet guardians of the universe's continuous transformation. The cycle of stars is the cycle of life itself, forever reborn, forever expanding.